Have you ever picked up your phone just to check one notification and somehow 20 minutes disappear? You do not even remember what you originally intended to do. It feels like your attention is broken. But here is the surprising part, your brain is not the problem. The world around you has simply become better at stealing your attention. For nearly 20 years, Professor Gloria Mark from University of California studied one of the fascinating questions. How long do people stay focused on a single screen before their attention shifts somewhere else? In 2004, the average was around 150 seconds. By 2012, it has fallen to 75 seconds, and by 2024, just 47 seconds. Think about that. In only 2 decades, our ability to stay focused has become almost 3 times worse. No wonder finishing a single chapter, or watching lecture, or working for even an hour feels harder than ever. But here is something even more surprising. Distraction does not only come from your phone, your apps, or your social media. Sometimes the distraction come from the way you try to work. The biggest problem is not that we are distracted, it is that we believe multitasking makes us more productive. In 2010, psychologists Jason Watson and David Strayer conducted a fascinating experiment. Around 200 participants sat inside a highly realistic driving simulator. Their task sounded simple: drive safely, while also solving difficult memory based math problems. The researchers wanted to answer one question: can human truly multitask without sacrificing performance? The results were shocking. Only 2.5% participants managed to perform both tasks effectively, just 5 people out of 200. The researchers called them supertaskers. Everyone else performed worse. Their reaction time becomes slower, their memory becomes weaker, and they make significantly more mistakes. The reason is simple: your brain is not actually doing two things at once. Instead, it rapidly switches between them: work, phone, work, message, work, notification. Each switch seems tiny, but every switch has hidden cost. Researchers call this the switching cost. Every time you change task, your brain has to remember where you left off, reload the mental context, rebuild your concentration, and regain momentum. Imagine trying to read a book, but after every paragraph, someone forces you to close it. Wait a few seconds and then start again. You would eventually finish the book, but it would take much longer, and you would understand far less. That is exactly what constant notifications, social media, and multitasking do to your brain. It does not just waste seconds, it drains mental energy. The good news is distractions can be managed, not with more motivation but better systems. So let's discuss some method to overcome distraction. First, identify your biggest triggers. Before you fix distraction, you need to know what is causing it. Is it Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, email, or simply your phone sitting beside you? For one day, notice every time your attention drifts. You will quickly discover your biggest distraction. Awareness is the first step towards control. The second method is add friction. Make distractions harder to access. Delete social media from your home screen. Log out after every session. Keep your phone in another room. Use websites blocker during work. Even adding a few extra seconds is often enough to stop an impulsive habits. Always try to make good habits easy and bad habits inconvenient. The third is time block your day. Do not leave your schedule unplanned. Decide in advance what you will work on and when. For example, 9 to 10:30 deep work, 10:30 to 10:45 check messages, 11 to 12 study. When every task has its own place, your brain stops constantly deciding what should I do next and saves that energy for the real work. The fourth is use of Pomodoro technique. Working for hours without a break sounds productive, but usually isn't. Instead, work for 25 minutes with complete focus and then take a 5-minute break. According to situation and your capacity, you can also change the duration. You can also use 50 minutes work and 10 minutes break strategy. Repeat this multiple times. After that, take a longer break. The fifth is create a zone of focus. Your environment shapes your attention. Clear your desk, close unnecessary tabs, silence notifications, wear headphones if needed. Let your brain recognize this is where I focus. The fewer distractions around you, the lesser self control you will need. Focus is not something you are born with, it is something you train. Every notification you ignore, every distraction you remove, every uninterrupted hour you protect. strengthen your ability to concentrate. The world is competing for your attention every second, but the people who learn to protect it will always have an advantage because in distracted world, focus becomes a superpower. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more lessons on habits, productivity and self-improvement. See you in the next one.